For years, The Cosby Show stood as a shining example of what television could be: uplifting, inspiring, and culturally groundbreaking. At the center of it all was Phylicia Rashad, who portrayed the elegant and fiercely intelligent Clair Huxtable, a role that made her a household name and a symbol of dignity and grace. But behind the scenes, as the years have passed and controversies emerged, Rashad has gradually opened up about the darker truths that existed beyond the camera's, truths that challenged not only her memories but also the show's legacy. While The Cosby Show brought much-needed positive representation of a successful Black family into American living rooms during the 1980s and early 90s, Rashad has confessed that there was an enormous amount of pressure to maintain a flawless image both on and off-screen. The cast was held to extremely high standards, and any misstep, no matter how small, was seen as a threat to the carefully constructed public perception of the show. Rashad has revealed that, although the Huxtables appeared perfect, real life behind the scenes was far more complicated. There was little room for emotional honesty or personal mistakes, and everyone involved was expected to suppress any internal issues or concerns for the greater good of the show's pristine image. One of the most challenging aspects for Rashad came years later, when her longtime co-star Bill Cosby faced serious criminal accusations. Having worked so closely with him for nearly a decade, she initially expressed support for Cosby, calling it a miscarriage of justice, which led to significant backlash. Rashad later clarified her comments, explaining that her words were rooted in personal loyalty and shock, not an intent to dismiss the pain of those who came forward. Still, the situation forced her to confront a deeply uncomfortable reality: that the man who had helped build one of the most influential television shows of all time may have had a secret life that contradicted everything the show stood for. As time went on, Rashad began to speak with more vulnerability about the emotional weight of being part of such a conflicted legacy. She acknowledged that while the show's cultural impact cannot be erased, it inspired generations and redefined Black family portrayals on TV. The pain caused by the real-life scandals surrounding it cannot be ignored either. Rashad also opened up about the emotional toll of trying to protect something she once believed in so fiercely, even as it became more and more complicated to defend. Moreover, Rashad reflected on the broader culture of silence and image control that existed within the television industry at the time. She admitted that, even in the show's heyday, voicing concerns or questioning decisions was discouraged. Everything had to look perfect, not just for ratings, but because so much was riding on the show being a model for Black success. That level of expectation, while groundbreaking, also created a climate where real feelings were often buried beneath professionalism. Today, Phylicia Rashad remains proud of the work she did on The Cosby Show and the millions of people it influenced, but she no longer clings to the illusion of perfection. She's grown more reflective, more honest, and more open about the complexities of her experience. By sharing the darker truths, Rashad isn't trying to tarnish the legacy, she's simply choosing to tell the full story, one that includes both triumph and pain, success and silence. And in doing so, she's reminding the world that even beloved television icons are shaped by the messy, difficult reality that lies behind the spotlight.